I heard some people saying that if there's a problem with elections in 2027, the violence that happened in 2007 would be Christmas. I don't know that you also heard that. I want to tell the regarding Gachagua that members of his community are everywhere. They are here in Bondo. They are doing business here in Bondo. They are in Siaya. So it should be the last person to talk about political violence. Because if he is the one who's going to agitate for political violence, then he must be worried, he should be worried that his members of this community are everywhere. And for us, the reason why we are even in this broad-based government is because we want the country to be stable. We want a stable country. So any leader should never pronounce matters of violence if you are really a leader worth his salt in this country. Therefore, I want to tell Kenyans that let us preach peace, let us be genuine about national unity, let us enjoy broad-based government. I am very close with the president now because the budget committee that I chair essentially is the president's budget. And before we do things, we have to consult with him. I want to tell you that that man is genuine about this country's transformation. He is genuine about the future of this country, and we want to promise him that we are going to work with him. We are not liars. Oburu, I want to thank you for your leadership. You are a man of wisdom, and I want to say that we thank God for your life. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our leader here, Dr. Buroginga, because last week, there was debate about Siaya leaders going to see the president. And I want to tell you that even if you don't see the president as a team, we always meet under the chairmanship of Dr. Buroginga. And before this budget was tabled in Parliament, we had various consultative meetings with Dr. Buroginga. And I want to assure people that your issues have been captured in the budget estimates that are before Parliament. So whether somebody does not want to see the president, whether somebody says it is a right to get development, you cannot get development if your people are not there to see whether those development projects are going to be put in the budget. So I want to remind those leaders from Siaya, because if you go to Migori, if you go to Homa Bay, if you go to Kisumu, we don't hear some statements that come from this side. Those people who believe that development can just travel from Nairobi to here without leadership, without people presiding and negotiating for them, we want to tell you that those developments will never come. If those development projects were your rights, how come we don't have them to date and we have 60 years since independence? So we want to say that we are committed. We are committed for the development of our region, and for some of us who have been lucky to have been given these positions by Baba, we want to say that we are not going to let you down. Dr. Buru, we met as you and Buddy and a few leaders from here, and we considered many development projects. Here in Bondo, we are going to do so many roads, new roads. We are also going to complete the existing roads that have stalled. Most of those contractors have been paid, and we expect them to be on site to continue the projects.
Mimi ni waombe. Watu wanasema maneno mengi. Akiwemo mwingine juzi hapa anahojiwa katika runinga ya kitaifa, anasema kwamba kama sio yeye nchi simame. Ati kama sio yeye nchi fanye nini? Nataka niwaombe, tafadhali sana, amani hii tulio nayo, hatujakuwa na amani hii kwa kubahatisha. Viongozi wetu wameipangia, wakaiona na wakatazamia. And they have an intention of handing over a peaceful country to the young generation. Ni waombe msisikilize watu wa aina hii. Kwa sababu tukifanya makosa hayo, basi tutakuwa sisi ambao tuko kwa wakati huu tunajilaumu kwa kitu ambacho tungeepuka wakati huo. Pale ninapotoka, mtu anafanya kazi kwa butchery ni mtu anaogopwa sana. Si hata nyinyi mnajua hivyo? Mtu wa butchery unaweza chokoza. Si anaweza wekee kanyama ingine ya zamani. Si ni kweli? Mtu wa butchery unaheshimu. Sasa sisi ni jamii ndogo wa Kuria. Ni kweli? Sisi ni jamii ndogo. Lakini naomba tukubaliane hapa kwamba kuna majamii mengi sana zaidi ya 74 madogo. Sasa wewe unapotutisha pale, wewe kumbuka kwamba tukikusanyika sisi majamii madogo utatuweza? ile ambayo inaangusha ratili, si ile nyama kidogo ile. Basi sisi majamii madogo madogo tutasimama na muungano wa Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto na Mheshimiwa Baba, tutasimama mpaka mwisho.
Wale unajua Rigathi Gachagua, nyinyi mmeona tulifanya kitu mzuri. Can you imagine that is the person who was a heartbeat away from being the president? I shudder to think that at some point Rigathi Gachagua was going to be the president of this nation because he was a heartbeat away. That person kichwa yake haijawahi toka kwa ile village anatoka inaitwa Munyoro. He is a total villager, shamelessly. Na that is why kwa mazungumzo anatuambia ati 2007 kama yeye atachaguliwa in 2027 na William Ruto achukue, anasema 2007 will be a Christmas party. How do you talk about lives of people as a party? It means huyo ni kiongozi ambaye anapenda damu. And I want to say, kama kuna kiongozi kama huyo, because they do not feel the pain of the people who lose lives during such violence, when violence starts, tuanze na hiyo mafamilia yao ndio waelewe the pain of losing someone. Sisi wakati ile ya 2007, Wakalenjin wengi sana waliwawa, Wajaluo wengi sana waliwawa, mpaka tukapata ile serikali nusu ambayo iliharakishwa sana. But we did not enjoy it because unaingia lakini hakuna utamu yoyote. But Rigathi Gachagua is just reminding us that again is planning for violence. I want to tell Rigathi Gachagua, there is no space for you and your violence. Because we know that you are the most dangerous single existential problem that this nation has. We will deal with you squarely and perpendicularly. Kuna kubembeleza yeye. Pahali tutapata ni fimbo. Hakuna tena kubembeleza hiyo mtu ya Rigathi Gachagua. Na mimi nataka kutuma huyu Mayo ambie rais, dawa ya Gachagua si kujibu yeye. Dawa ya Gachagua ni akiongea ndio atanyoroka. Hakuna kitu kingine anajua. Hiyo ndio kazi tutafanyia hiyo ndio.
Personally, I'm not very worried about the statement from Rigathi Gachagua yesterday. For this reason, we recently impeached Rigathi Gachagua. There was not, the demonstration that we had was at the gate of Wamunyoro and it didn't last 30 minutes. When we impeached him, the demonstration that happened in Wamunyoro was at his gate and it did not last 30 minutes. So when he is threatening chaos, that if he is not the president, that if people elect the president again, that there is going to be chaos, I don't think there is anything to be worried. But generally, as a leader in this country, any leader who has begun preaching violence this early, even before he is a candidate, that is an extremely dangerous leader. In fact, Rigathi Gachagua continues to tell us, members of parliament who impeached him, that indeed we did the right thing for this nation. Can you imagine that is the character we had in number 2? Can you imagine that person is a person who was seated in the second most powerful seat in this country? I think he continues to vindicate us, members of parliament and the Senate who actually impeached him. We want to pray for peace. We want every Kenya to be in every single part of this nation.
We can talk it politically, but let's talk about it practically. There are 3 good reasons why I support broad-based government. 1, on that day, if the Gen Zs had overthrown the government, who knows what this country would be like today? In Sudan, young people and professionals overthrew the government without a plan. How is Sudan now? Chaos. People are dying. So when Jacom thought it wise that we go to something that will bring us together, now we have peace. So reason number 1 is peace. Reason number 2, if there is peace, something will happen in the name of development. It does not matter how much politics we bring. If there is no peace, even the government cannot bring development. So now development is going on all over the country, not just in lowland, because there is peace.
Other people are very jealous that we are on the table where resources of the country are being shared. We are on the table where resources are being shared. And our elected leaders, I want to just tell you that you have been given a privilege to represent your people. You are representing your people because not all people of Belgut can go to Nairobi where resources are being shared. They have elected you to go and represent them. If you think that resources will just come automatically without you fighting and scrambling from them, you must know resources are very, very scarce. Everybody wants those resources. And if everybody wants those resources, and you are waiting for it, that you are elected, and it will come to you like manna dropping from heaven, it will never happen. That will never happen. Those resources, you must scramble and make sure that your people get the fair share of what they deserve. Because all Kenyans are taxpayers, and those taxpayers must be given their fair share of the national cake. They must be given their fair share. Our area here must get a little more because we have been paying taxes for projects which did not come to our place.
Mimi kutoka kule Rift Valley, kila wakati mimi ni mtu mpenda amani. Na imekuwa ngumu, haki ya Mungu, kupanda ile milima ni ngumu. Tukasema lazima tuteremke hapa chini. Ni rahisi kuteremka kuliko kufanya nini? Kupanda mlima. Hiyo ni, that is the spirit of unity and is the spirit of broad-based. Na mimi nataka kushukuru sana Baba Raila Odinga because he is a patriot. Kama angekuwa mtu mwingine mwenye ako na wivu, mtu mwenye ako na greed, angekubali kumsaidia William Samoei Ruto kuunga hii serikali ya broad-based ili amani itokesee katika nchi yetu la Kenya. Ni kweli ama si kweli? So katasi ya huyo pia kwa sababu dadi yuko hapa, Mheshimiwa Oburu, tafadhali fikisha hizo salamu zetu na shukrani kwa Baba Raila Odinga ya kwamba alifanya jambo la muhimu, and we Kenyans we owe him as Kenyans, kwa sababu yeye alikuja chini akashuka na akakubali aungane na President William Samoei Ruto atengeneze government ya broad based ili amani itokelezee hapa Kenya yetu. Ama namna gani? Finally, vijana ambao tuko hapa, vijana oye, nataka niwasi sisi ni peaceful jamanze. Ama namna gani? Tulete hiyo amani, tukae pamoja.
But asanteni sana sana sana. We want to welcome you here again and again and again. Asanteni sana. Let's really appreciate you. So to our guests, to our friends who came around, asanteni sana. Thank you very, very, very much, Nelson. Thank you very, very much.
Permanent secretary. Okaman. Odogo keto jaoda permanent secretary. Kitandari. Ngamosa timne kamani. Okajawi. Kato gedwa. As better no. I was just joking. Okinyal kwa watch ODM without Okwiri or
Okay. Will any time will you murder me? I think these members of parliament. For the corporate failed, what? You want to leave? No, man is our former member of parliament. What are your bad?
Gondi brought brought a personal donation of 30,000 shillings.
From Sunset Golfing Society. Come and support him. I'm also the chairman of a company called Tyson's Limited, and I've come here with 100,000 shillings.
The T Secretariat, Ano Jacomo Klunga, another bit, I decide who sits in the Secretariat. Me with the
Secretariat, out of about 25 members.
Yeah.
So whatever Paul does.
Come over.